Right from the start, Judge isn't playing games. That tone? It's courtroom code for you're already testing my patience. This is about to get serious fast.
Sorry, it's not your time to talk. It is not your turn to. Slams with the long period of working treasure right now. You saw this there were firm, it's not even in the matter with street, true self-got.
Yep.
This was the change in 18 years old. Do you understand? Because you're on probation as far as the state court. And the probation officer is for picked up the name and correcting the 3 hours required to do probation. You understand? You ready to go forward to here? Yes, sir. This way, the first one says, you start reporting. You can get some report.
Quick breakdown. A petition for violation of probation means the state's accusing Marcus of breaking the terms of his freedom. If proven, he could be headed right back behind bars. And this judge looks like he won't hesitate.
You get behind it and find it that is not good for you. Seriously. Don't see all the rest of it. Because you're sure. So you won't have. Yeah, you will. Did you fail to keep something in the proper legal manners? Oh, I hate to be here. I should miss stuff. I did everything. So, who else? So I can miss stuff like what? Not told you like, so they go and get it behind.
Wait, did he just say Facebook community service? That's not a social media challenge. It's an alleged fake report of ours. In legal terms, that's forgery meets probation fraud, and judges take that personally.
Yes. They want, but you know, to get on because they turned in hours for Facebook community service law. Sorry, my focus would be kidnapping people I thought you were going to do. It's fucking cheating. You know, I'm not going to go first. You know, you say, okay, I'm going to Mr. Walker, this one, the first you say. Mr. Walker, if you understand this, try this one.
Matthew, actually about to take over.
You'll swap the car and swap my end and continue the authenticates. Alright, good morning, Ms. Matthews.
Good morning, Judge.
Alright, please raise your right hand for me. The solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about this will be true, the whole truth, and nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes, Judge, I do.
State the full name and court report.
Marty Matthews.
And just Ryan Perkins, what's your role with Jack?
I'm the Chief Probation Officer of our Griffin office.
Alright, court is called Stage Woodson versus Marcus Williams. Accepted here. Kentucky Sweat, seeking that seat up there. This is the political long period. He's got a place to sit all day. You just stay in that seat and you provide a few things on you. Help about you soon. Okay, Mr. Walker has called you as the first witness, and so I'm going to turn the floor over to you so I can tell me what you think I need to know about the petition.
All right, Judge. This case was actually consecutive to another state case. While this case began in approximately July, he's been on phone report for the duration of this case. Never once have I required him to report in person in the office. So all of the missed appointments are phone appointments. Those are July 10th, July 17th, August 28th, September 11th, October 23rd, November 20th, December 4th, and December the 18th. As to the allegation of failing to pay his court fines and fees, he's currently in arrears on the probation fees, $90 right now, and he has done or accepted community service and gave me the wrong street. It should have been 5th Street, not 6th Street, versus an address being incorrect. I then informed Mr. Williams at that time I can only send mail to the address that he provides me. I don't live here local, so I'm not aware of the different street names. But again, when he provides an address, that's where I send all legal correspondence to. In reference to the community service, Judge, you got 2 separate violations. The reason you have that is the community service that was first turned in on October 30th was actually turned in with no name at all. That community service sat on my desk for several months. No one claimed that I had not appropriately given them credit for any community service. It wasn't until the latter community service was turned in approximately on December the 8th. Once I was reviewing it, when it came in to Ms. Rich up front, she noticed that there was no name on it, so she had Mr. Williams apply his name to all the documents that he was turning in on that date. She then put it in my box. When I retrieved it from my box, I was looking at the handwriting and noticed it appeared very similar to the handwriting of the no-name documents that I've had since October.
So, the probation officer's turning into a handwriting detective here. She's comparing signatures like it's CSI, Court Edition. This is actually common. Officers are trained to spot forged documents down to the slant of the pen.
The document, in my personal opinion, the handwriting is the same handwriting as the no name on the 30th. I chose to list that violation separately, Judge, in case you chose to rule that one out. The community service, I apologize, December 7th, not December 8th. December 8th is when I reviewed it. On December 7th, after reviewing it, the handwriting that Ms. Rich invited the same handwriting on the documentation. I then pulled his file out and reviewed all documents that he signed when he was placed on probation. In my personal opinion, the handwriting where he placed his name at the top matches all handwriting on all documents that he signed once he was placed on probation. Again, it looks nothing like the handwriting on the paper. I did not assign hours to these versus I'm referring to them as 11 pages because the instructions were not followed. I have not had any conversation with Mr. Williams until yesterday, so I was not able to advise him that he wasn't properly completing the community service by the directions of one session, completely documenting 1 page per session. Pretty much like a page per case is the way that the community service was turned into.
So, and that is after the year, we sent up to me, we're looking at this being. So I have an 11 page. This going to be staked to 1.
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
You consider it my court order. Okay. Is marked as station 1. Are you tendering at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Right. It's something sure. Whereas, the state is tender station 1 into the raffle. And the question upon the table miscellaneous is to not understand is whether or not the visa from the suit. Is whether or not I can use that, or I should use that in my decision-making process. And so that's what that is. So I tell them Ken, acknowledge what I just did. Just, is it okay with you? Actually, go to sign it real quick and see if you got a just here. Let's just your knocking for it in this hearing.
And here comes the classic courtroom pitfall, speaking out of turn. Notice how the judge immediately reels him back in. In court, timing is everything, and Marcus keeps stepping on legal landmines.
Okay. This way, you said you wanted to say something to me. Go on. I thought you wanted to say something about the packet. You know, see somebody have the packet. That's the only thing you're talking about now. We're talking about the packet. Do you have any objections to me using it to make my decision? Okay. So that's the way I think you do it in hospital. So if you give it one, you don't continue without objection. These ways, you will be given an opportunity to speak. Tell me what you want me to know. However, you can not. Now, with this, it says, frankly, state what she's making. And when she does testify, what's going to be next to you, and she's going to be given an opportunity to ask her any questions you may have, to bring her information that you think would be helpful. With me so far about the network and procedure. I'm hearing up to take a very specific calculating work. Alright, Ms. Matthews, the sense you did it once, figured out the without objection. I have in my hand, this continues to shine all the time.
After I spoke to Mr. Williams yesterday, he stated that, he was coming to the office, and I informed him that when he comes to my office and drops off a payment or community service, that's not a report. He has to contact me, or someone from my staff has to go through a full interview, which includes several questions. This is my third case with Mr. Williams, so therefore I feel that he would be very familiar with what that process and those line of questioning would be, because he would have gone through that process multiple times. He stated that Ms. Rich, my admin, would just basically tell him, I got you, and tell him he could leave. I spoke with Ms. Rich. I've also subpoenaed her for today's hearing if necessary, Judge. She did take his appointment once on October the 9th, which is documented in the system. If he had spoken to anyone else on my staff, they would have documented that they spoke to him and took his report, or placed a collateral contact in there. That way I wouldn't have held him to any appointment. Those are the dates that he brought a payment on or dropped community service on are not the dates that he's being accused of missing an appointment.
Anything else?
Judge, at this time I rest.
I have a few questions for you. Have you had any previous interviews with Mr. Williams regarding forged or verifiable or fraudulent or whatever you want to use search for gallery?
Yes, Your Honor. My very first case for Mr. Williams was actually a municipal court case where he turned in community service from the Fayette County Humane Society on letterheads that stated that Corinne Park, I believe her last name was, approved that. I subpoenaed Ms. Park and her supervisor. They both appeared in court in approximately, I believe it was April of 2019, and testified. He was found guilty of turning in forced community service at that time as well, and was sentenced to 75 days in jail, or 76 days.
Okay. Alright. Mr. Williams, if you have any questions, please lay down the microphone and you may have questions at this time. Alright.
Whoa, Confession moment. He wasn't faking hours alone. He says his wife helped him write it out. You can feel the shame creeping in here. But in the eyes of the law, intent doesn't disappear just because you're embarrassed. Honesty after the fact doesn't erase falsification.
Any questions you have? Is, how have you felt about this walk and all of these witness?
Judge, if Mr. Williams doesn't have any questions, I don't.